interviewing one of our artists, Matisa Tash. She'll be joining us in just a moment, but once she does, just a little bit beforehand. So if you joined us last time, we interviewed Brandon Boyd about his new collection.
She's here.
And here she is.
Yeah. So.
Hi guys.
Yay.
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good afternoon already to us. It's 12 o'clock in Miami. So yeah, good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Oh, I just said good afternoon.
Okay, hi. Thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you so much for joining us. I know a lot of people are really excited to hear about your new collection, learn a little bit about you, and kind of just your history as an artist. So before we start off, I just wanted to ask, tell us a little bit about yourself and the start of your career as an artist.
Well, I would say my start of the career was quite unusual because I didn't start in the art business. I started with a very left brain orientated profession, which is corporate finance and private equity. And yes, I worked quite a few years in this business and also enjoyed working in it. I had a good time working for different clients on the stock exchange, and I was able to travel and do a lot of fun things. But at the same time, the opposite. Well, one might think the opposite of what I'm doing now, but at the end of the day, art, when you become more popular and when you sell pieces, also becomes a business. So it comes quite handy to be able to understand the financial aspects and the business aspects of the venture that I'm in now, which is basically to create these beautiful pieces. So yeah, that's how I started off, and at some point, I, like many other people, started questioning more of the desires and the wants that we have, the dreams that we have, and don't follow through with them sometimes, and traveled the world over quite a few years, and then I landed in Bali, and everything began from there. I started basically a small batch of small sculptures, and ever since, every single piece, the beginning of every piece starts in Bali, and I still travel as much as I can. Of course, due to the COVID this year, not at all, but as much as I can to the production side, and that's where all the molds are being created, basically.
That's amazing. I love Bali. I used to go there a lot growing up. It's a beautiful place and it has such a special energy.
Yeah.
You are very big on energy and the law of attraction. So talk to us a little bit about that. And then can you kind of talk about why you chose Bali as the conception for all of your sculptures?
Well, I don't really think I chose Bali. I think Bali chose me. You know, when you travel and you land in a place where all of a sudden you feel extremely connected to who you are, and actually for the first time you find out who you are by finding out what you want, what you don't want, what your little thoughts are made of, and when you get to that place, then you realize that that's something that you want to hold on to, and then all things just fell into place from there. I met somebody that was able to help me with the creation of the first small batch, and then one step after the other, everything evolved from there. So when you start something good, you don't finish it. You just continue, and you evolve within it, and that's why I still produce everything in Bali, and I would like to continue producing in Bali as long as I can.
And your creation process for each of these sculptures, so they start in Bali and then they are shipped to the US, correct? And you hand paint all of these and then stud them with the Swarovski crystals by hand, which is phenomenal because the detail on them is, I mean, they're so beautiful to look at in pictures, but when you see one in person, you're like, oh my gosh. It's
magical. Yeah, it's magical. A lot of people say that it's a magical experience, especially when they experience for the first time. But yes, you're right. So Bali is only the birthplace of the pieces. The mold is being created there, then we ship it to Miami. where right now I'm residing in Miami, so the studio is in Miami. And then every piece gets hand painted with acrylic, with oil, with different kind of techniques. And after the painting process, each piece gets crystallized by hand, one stone after the other. You're right, very very meticulous. You must be almost like a super nerd to be able to sit
Yes,
8 hours
I can't
in front of a
imagine the
piece.
eye strain.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's discipline, but you know, everything is discipline. When you Buddhism, what is the source pretty much for everything that I started doing. That's why I chose the Buddha. Is based on the principles of discipline. Discipline with your thoughts, discipline with your intentions, discipline with the energy that you spread out. We make choices, and these choices are important. But it's important to understand that it's all choices that we make. So it has something to do with discipline at the end of the day too.